Right now at 5, a city bill you pay for could be going up. Which one and how much? And an Olympic shocker, Mary Lou Retton arrested. We'll tell you why.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off today. La Crosse residents could soon see one of their bills double to over $100. The city says it has no choice. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is in the newsroom with more. Grace.
La Crosse residents could see stormwater fees double under a proposed rate increase. But first, they will need approval from City Council and committee members. La Crosse currently charges a quarterly rate of $13.48 per one equivalent runoff unit, or ERU. If approved, the quarterly rate increase would increase to $29.66 per ERU, which comes out to $118.64 per year. The city says the rate hike is due to an increase in operating costs and capital project costs. The utility is used to cover stormwater-related maintenance and projects such as water sampling and street sweeping. If approved, it will be the first time the utility has increased since it was created in 2011.
That increase would usually be kind of incremental, but that wasn't the case. Water utility was kind of taking, I guess, compensating for what the storm utility was not bringing in.
If passed, the proposed increase would go into effect on July 1st. Residents would see their increase on their quarterly bill in October. That will go before the Finance and Personnel Committee next week on June 5th, and if passed, it will go before the Common Council on June 12th. In the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Grace. Well, some travel alerts for motorists. Crews closing Theater Road near County Road PH in Onalaska. Construction on a new roundabout is underway. The road is closed from Midwest Drive to State Highway 16. You can take 16 and East Main Street to get around the work. The new roundabout should be done by August. On the south side, County Road GI is down to one lane as crews work on the Goose Island Bridge. The road will be down to one lane until next Monday if weather conditions allow.
Yeah, we definitely got showers continuing for most of the area too. We'll see that activity continue here as we got the thing on there. I got it up. Otherwise, we're going to see more of that coming this evening, and then it'll be more rounds as we go throughout the day tomorrow too. But overall high temperatures, cooler, but we did get some 70s to the east. That's where we had less cloud cover going on. You can see 71 all the way up to Prairie du Chien. So some areas did get up there, but most areas were in the 60s given all the precipitation. Now a lot of this right now on radar is not quite reaching the ground. If you go further west towards Rochester, Twin Cities, some of that is very light precipitation. For the most part, we're going to start seeing this filling in, but it's going to be a while. All this is rotating around a large low that's not at the surface, but in the upper levels in Minnesota. So continues to rotate through. It'll begin to shift east, but we're going to see more activity pick up this evening. So that's what you would expect here for the evening hour. More activity for La Crosse and points east of the river. We'll see that scattered shower redeveloping through the evening commute. Not going to be a lot of rainfall. If you go further east to I-94, you may not see some of that towards Volk Field, any of this activity, but this is something you'll see for the next several hours as temperatures lowering back into the 50s by 10 p.m. By 10-11, a lot of that shifts east, and most of the rest of the night looks to be fairly dry and seasonal with temperatures getting back down into the low 50s. So that rain will be early evening, and then we'll see more here. So later on, we're going to see more rain, but we do have 70s and 80s coming back. Just give it a couple more days and things will change.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Greg. Well, developing news on those NPR cuts. NPR is now suing the Trump administration. The reason, its executive order to cut federal spending. President Trump accused the public media outlets of bias. The lawsuit was filed by NPR, Colorado, and Aspen Public Radio. It accuses the White House of violating First Amendment rights. Wisconsin Public Radio says it's too early to tell how the funding cuts could impact the network. Well, thousands in La Crosse are on the brink of losing SNAP funding if a bill in Washington goes through. So what are families supposed to do? News 8 Now's Allison Fergut has some answers.
With tens of thousands of people at risk of losing SNAP benefits in the state of Wisconsin, local food pantries will be in high demand to help bridge the gap. more than 10,000 La Crosse County residents use SNAP, known as Food Share in Wisconsin, to help with grocery costs. But that could change with the federal budget reconciliation bill. The legislation would raise the work requirement from age 54 to 65. Those new work requirements would also extend to parents with kids older than 7. And parents with school-age kids will need to complete more paperwork to qualify. Wisconsin's Department of Health Services says 90,000 Wisconsinites will be at risk of losing their benefits under the proposed changes. That would put food pantries in higher demand. In La Crosse, Wafer Food Pantry's executive director says if another 200 households start to use the pantry, it would put them in a critical spot.
The decrease in SNAP benefits, plus the unknowns of what's going to come in the state budget for support through the government commodities program, there's reason to be concerned.
Food Share is the only program La Crosse County has that assists with food. But if you lose your Food Share benefits, county officials encourage you to sign up for other assistance programs the county offers to help you lower your monthly costs. The legislation has already passed in the U.S. House of Representatives and now sits in the hands of the U.S. Senate. Reporting in La Crosse, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
All right, thanks, Allison. Well, a popular fabric store is finally closing its doors. Today marks the final day for Jo-Ann Fabrics. All 800 of its locations will close, including the Onalaska and Eau Claire locations. This comes after a second bankruptcy filing within a year. Customers say they'll miss visiting the store.
There's not very many places there's only really 2 in town that have a small variety and a bigger variety, but not like this for fabric.
Now, the store is open until 9 tonight. You can also pick up orders through tomorrow. Great Rivers United Way is launching another wave of its Impacts program. The nonprofit partners with local businesses to support organizations by assembling packs. Today, Dakota Supply Group is getting in on the action, assembling household item kits with dish soap, sponges, and cleaning items. The packs will benefit the Family and Children's Center, Coulee Cap, and the New Horizons Center.
This is a great break for our employees to be able to take some time, volunteer, help out the community, and make an impact.
Local businesses interested in supporting the program can contact Great Rivers United Way for information. Still to come, a change in COVID vaccine recommendations. Who the CDC says no longer needs the shot. Plus, the latest hit to Harvard University as the feud with Trump intensifies.
During Home's Memorial Day sale, get your choice of an extra 10% off sale prices, like this Blake sofa, now just $8.99. Or pay no interest for 3 years during the Memorial Day sale, going on now at Home Furniture.
We are hiring. Immediate openings, $26 to $38 per hour. You bring your skills, we supply the opportunities. Interior and exterior modeling, wages based on skills and experience. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, 3 weeks PTO, 6 paid holidays, retirement, FSA, no weekends. The Board Store is a family-owned, veteran-owned, faith-based company serving the community for over 35 years with quality products, superior workmanship, and fair prices. Come and join our team.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or get over $5,300 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
She's always had it. Pure ambition. An unbridled self-confidence that most people only dream of. You see it driving her, empowering her, and in time, you see it fueling her future. Perhaps even helping her blaze a new trail. All she needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities. Unlimited opportunity.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
Today, a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Don't miss Home Seasonal Concepts Memorial Day patio sale. Get 10% off sale prices like this Thomas Cole dining set for $11.99 and top patio brands Homecrest and Tropitone. Or choose no interest for 3 years. The Memorial Day patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
The CDC changing up its COVID rules. It's ending vaccine recommendations for healthy kids and pregnant women. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. breaking the news. The CDC previously recommended everyone aged 6 months and older get a COVID shot.
We're now one step closer to realizing President Trump's promise to make America healthy again.
The change also coming after the FDA suggested limiting COVID shots to older adults, kids, and adults with underlying medical conditions. President Donald Trump escalating his clash with Harvard, now ordering federal agencies to review contracts with the university. CBS's Erica Brown has more.
The Trump administration is directing federal agencies to cancel all remaining contracts with Harvard University, worth an estimated $100 million. This comes on top of the administration already announcing it's frozen more than $2 billion in grants and contracts with Harvard. The university is challenging the cuts in court.
Harvard has shown that it's committed to being on one side of this. And in that way, I don't think it's going to back down.
Harvard says the canceled contracts will impact a wide range of federally funded scientific studies on topics from technology to health, including cancer research.
We're now seeing that research shut down. And with the order today, I'm sure we're going to see more and more of that.
Harvard is also challenging the president's efforts to block foreign students from enrolling at the university. Now the administration is ordering U.S. embassies to pause all interviews for new student visa applications. The State Department says deeper screening is needed, including social media vetting for the visa applications already on file.
We will continue to use every tool we can to assess who it is that's coming here, whether they are students or otherwise.
The Trump administration has accused several universities of creating unsafe campus environments by allowing what it calls anti-American agitators to assault Jewish students. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
In Ottawa, King Charles getting political during a speech. He offered a show of support to Canada following President Trump's threats to make it the 51st state.
Today, Canada faces another critical moment. Democracy, pluralism, the rule of law, self-determination, and freedom are values which Canadians hold dear, and ones which the government is determined to protect.
Now, it's rare for the monarch to deliver a speech from the throne in Canada. The late Queen Elizabeth did it twice before. U.S. Olympic legend Mary Lou Retton arrested for DUI. It happened in West Virginia. The 57-year-old quickly posted a $1,500 bond. In 2023, the gymnast made headlines for her battle with a rare form of pneumonia. She spent several weeks in the ICU. Wildfire evacuation orders lifted in Minnesota. How much has been burned and contained after the break?
Unfortunately, we do have more showers in the forecast for Wednesday, maybe even Thursday, but it's going to dry out, and the 70s and even 80s are coming back this week and the next weekend. We'll break all that down later, coming up after First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Get up to 60% off list prices
At the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture.
like a modern chaise with storage that's also a sleeper. Relax and recline for just $495. Get a Sealy Queen mattress starting at $299.
Do not miss this one.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. We're your destination for all concrete products. Whether you're setting a post or pouring a concrete slab, we have what you need for your project. Get an 11% rebate on all concrete and mortar mixes. Find everything you need to create the yard of your dreams. From garden equipment, lawn and plant care, bird and wildlife supplies, and even outdoor decor. We have it all.
Save big money at Menards.
It's employee pricing with the Ford Crew.
employee pricing across a full lineup.
Fun fact, Hank, Ford assembles the most vehicles in the country.
Another fun fact, everyone pays what we pay.
So, you get employee pricing. You get employee pricing. You get employee pricing.
Sam.
Yeah?
Everyone gets employee pricing.
You get employee pricing.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing, you pay what we pay, only from your local Ford dealer.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
If nagging, persistent joint pain has upended your life, listen, there's a solution for long-lasting relief. No surgery, drugs, or downtime. QC Kinetics uses a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and more. QC Kinetics targets the source of your pain, not just the symptoms. Thousands of patients have experienced life-changing results, and they're right here. Find out if you're a candidate for this game-changing therapy. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation.
All new Sealy Posturepedic now at Slumberland. Get a Sealy Queen mattress for $299. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get 60-month financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster. The Memorial Sale at Slumberland.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
All evacuation orders promoted by wildfires in northern Minnesota have been lifted. The Camp House fire is now 90% contained after burning over 12,000 acres, while Jenkins Creek is 78% contained, having already scorched more than 16,000 acres. The cause of the Camp House fire is still under investigation. Crews will continue monitoring the fires. Well, after a bit of a dry period, we got a nice touch of rain today, made for a cooler Tuesday, but we may be heating up by the end of the week. Greg, how warm are we talking?
Well, I think we will eventually get up into the 80s, and it's not really this weekend or maybe Friday, it's next week, and I'll show you that. It looks like we might get eventually to the mid to upper 80s here. Could be some heat coming next week. For the time being, we still got rain coming through Wednesday. That looks a better opportunity for a lot of areas to see widespread rain than what you saw on Tuesday. But we do have a few showers this evening. Most of it's going to be west of the Mississippi. A few could be east. Then it's going to be quiet for most of the night. Then we're going to have activity come back in for the morning commute. That looks wet. Break in the day, and maybe even more for the evening commute too. So both of those could be impacted. Still light rain amounts overall. 70s, 80s Thursday through the weekend. It looks like we do have maybe even mid 80s coming next week, and could be a little bit more humidity too with that. Overall, all this activity, a lot of this is still going to remain to the west through the evening. A few areas to the east might continue to see a few showers for about 3 hours this evening. Very light rain amounts would be expected with it. Kind of continues to rotate back to the northwest around the low. Continues to circulate. So by the time we get to about 9 p.m., I think most of the rest of the night will be quiet, maybe until about 3 or 4 in the morning. Just cloud cover here and there. Temperatures holding in the 50s and lowering back into the low 50s. And here comes the activity that'll start popping up more towards 3 to 4 in the morning. At first it'll be kind of isolated, scattered, but then I think it'll be a little bit more widespread shower or light rain towards the morning commute. You can see this area begin to rotate through. Just some light rain, very similar to what we saw this morning, so not heavy amounts of rainfall. But it looks like between 8 and 9 it comes through. That's when we could see a little bit of steady rainfall for La Crosse, Winona up towards the river. Beyond that, we'll probably see a little bit of a break during the daytime, but then more activity to the afternoon. Even could be seen a little bit of a thunderstorm activity in the afternoon, given a little bit more instability. But at this point during the evening commute, it's more scattered. This will continue probably for the evening hour. By the time we get to about 9 to 10 Wednesday evening, a lot of it will begin to wind down once again. Tomorrow's highs, more cloud cover, especially I think will keep those temperatures down a few more degrees, especially where the more light rain continues to persist through the day, maybe even low 60s. Where you don't have as much further north, you might get up into the upper 60s with less rain. Now as we go towards Thursday, we might still see a little bit of shower activity Thursday, but you're going to start seeing a drying trend and more sunshine towards the afternoon. You can see a little bit of drying trend there, a little bit more of less cloud cover, but still an afternoon shower is possible, but that chance is about maybe 20% at best. Going into Friday, we're going to see drying conditions, warming, but we do have a little bit of a cold front up here that could play a little bit of factor in temperatures on Saturday, and I'll show you what I mean in a second on that. For Thursday, going into Thursday, we're going to see temperatures back into the 50s. That showers will be in the evening. We'll be drying out there as we go towards Thursday. High temperatures back in the 70s. That shower chance is very light, but it will be milder back in the 70s. And then as we go towards Friday, look at the temperatures back in the 80s. Could be breezy in the afternoon. We have a little bit of a cold front sinking south. You can see that by Saturday. We kind of drop the temperatures back because this cold front sinks back to the southwest. So temperatures kind of lowering a few degrees on Saturday. As you go further southwest, maybe not as much of a difference between Friday and Saturday, but it is a little bit cooler, but still pleasant conditions. Next week, there's your heat potential to the south and a little bit of a heavy rain potential too coming in, because we do have a little bit of a boundary setting up, and you can see that in the 8-day forecast. We get up to the mid-80s, the humidity starts increasing, and the beyond Tuesday through that part of the week could get quite active with quite a bit of rainfall. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But otherwise, from Thursday through most of the weekend looks absolutely great. And then we'll start warming up and heating up a little bit next week.
Look at that jump from Wednesday to Thursday, a 10-degree difference.
Yeah, a little bit of sunshine this time of year can make a big difference.
Oh yeah, sure will. All right, thanks, Greg. Still to come, a Madison-bound flight grounded by feathered freeloaders. The pigeon problem that had passengers scrambling.
Now that Memorial Day is over, it's time to start planning for summer travel. Wednesday on News 8 Now this morning, more on going big for travel, even with a budget. We'll see you then.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Comfort, style, and savings. Come in now for the FlexSteel Spring Gallery Custom Order and Floor Sample Sale. Get 50% off select floor models and 40% off all custom orders. International Furniture, I-90, Exit 2, La Crosse.
At Schwabel, Getz & Sieben, the most important value of our law firm is our commitment to our clients.
I am here to say thank you to them to have a law firm to represent me with dignity and honesty.
A huge weight was taken off of our shoulders.
Above and beyond what's expected from your attorney.
They took the worry out of the situation.
I'm so grateful for them. I would highly recommend them to everybody.
Call Schwabel, Getz & Sieben or go to schwabel.com for a free consultation.
It's time for unbeatable Memorial Day savings at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, find great deals on supplies to kick off summer your way. Like 2 packs of Kingsford charcoal briquettes, $16.49 while supplies last. Get a free Royal Canin probiotic when you buy a 30-pound bag of Royal Canin dog food, $20 off. Plus, rewards members get free same-day delivery on all pet supply orders of $49 or more when you order by noon. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
From America for America. That's what Ford and Sugarloaf Ford will do for you. Buy like an employee. Pay what I do. It's really that simple. Hi, Mike from Sugarloaf Automotive. Every truck, car, or SUV is included. And if you don't see it, I'll get it for you at no extra charge. So buy like me, the dealer. We'll see you on the sunny side of 61. Sugarloaf Automotive, Winona.
Sugarloaf Ford, Winona.
Comfort, style, and savings. Come in now for the FlexSteel Spring Gallery Custom Order and Floor Sample Sale. Get 50% off select floor models and 40% off all custom orders. International Furniture, I-90, Exit 2, La Crosse.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, a wild situation on a Delta flight to Madison Saturday. The flight was delayed after 2 wild pigeons tried to stow away on the plane. After baggage handlers removed the first bird, another began flying around the cabin. One passenger tries catching the bird in his jacket, but had no such luck. The plane was forced to return to the gate where another baggage handler removed the bird. What a way to start off a vacation. I wonder if Ken was on that flight coming back from his vacay, he would have had a cow. All right, we'll have another look at your forecast right after the break.
Founded on hard work, dedication, respect, and integrity, we at Maxwell White understand the importance of home comfort.
Maxwell White strives to provide our customers with a positive experience every time. Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger.
You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
It's a game of patience, focus, discipline, the late nights, the early mornings, the constant refinement, all for your next best shot. From custom fittings to expert advice, Shields is your partner in pursuit of perfection. Because we chase it too. Building your next best shot starts with Shields.
Here at Maxwell White, we know how valuable your time is. From issues with your hot water to slower clogged drains, our team is always on time with friendly service and solutions you can trust. Don't wait. Contact Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
All right, we'll have some evening showers, more as the west of the river, less as you go east. Just for a few hours, I think by 10 or 11 p.m., a lot of the activity will cease for a while. We'll have a break overnight, but coming back in after 4 a.m., more wet weather continues for Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, getting back to drier conditions, 80s, and yes, next week could be mid, maybe even upper 80s too.
Ooh,
so we might see a little bit of a heat.
It's going to start feeling like summer. About time, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that does it for us tonight at 5. We'll see you right back here at 6.